NBA Youngboy baby mama cries for help.
I hated school. My mind went right there. I really don't think it's important. I got mad at without school. You go to school to become somebody.
LaPatra Jacobs never wanted to be in the spotlight, but after she fought Floyd Mayweather's daughter, Iyanna, and ended up in the hospital with stab wounds, her name has been everywhere. Welcome to Lime Report. Before we begin, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and check out the link in the description to enter a chance at winning our Apple product giveaway. Before the incident, Jacobs did well to keep herself out of the spotlight. She kept a minimal social media presence, and despite her past relations with rapper NBA Youngboy and the child they had together, LaPatra has done well to keep her name clean. Yet after her fight with Youngboy's supposed fiancé, Jacobs' worst nightmare has come true as her name and image have made their way all across the world thanks to the incident. The harrowing event was already devastating enough for the young woman. However, after finally breaking her silence, we realized that LaPatra may be doing worse than we imagined. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Today, we'll be taking a closer look at the incident that landed Iyanna Mayweather in jail and her victim in the hospital. After finally breaking her silence, LaPatra's heartbreaking plea for help shows just how traumatic YaYa's attack was for the young woman. With the victim speaking up on the situation, will her words ensure Iyanna's sentence to life in prison? Don't go anywhere as we reveal LaPatra Jacobs' first statement since the attack. When reports of Iyanna's deranged attack first broke, people were stunned at how the headlines read. Iyanna Mayweather, heiress to her father's throne, essentially threw away her life for a 20-year-old rapper with 5 kids to support. Even more shocking, though, was the attack itself. What began as a shouting match nearly turned deadly when the fight ended up in the kitchen with YaYa stabbing Jacobs twice in the bicep. On the day of the incident, LaPatra Jacobs was over at her former lover NBA Youngboy's home near Houston. That's when Iyanna Mayweather showed up to the residence unannounced and things quickly turned ugly. After declaring she and Youngboy were engaged, YaYa demanded that Jacobs leave the property immediately, to which Jacobs refused. Their shouting match in front of the home soon broke into a fistfight that made its way through the home. Once they reached the kitchen, YaYa armed herself with 2 knives and stabbed Jacobs in the bicep twice. As soon as authorities arrived, Iyanna Mayweather was arrested and Jacobs was rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery. Although Jacobs' wounds weren't fatal, she risked the chance of an infection and needed to be patched up quickly. After being released from the hospital, Youngboy's fans seemed to be hounding Jacobs, asking her a ton of questions, including how she was feeling and what she planned to do now that she was back on her feet. Though many hope for good news from LaPatra, her first words since the attack on her life have some people worried for her. Keep watching as we uncover the message LaPatra had for the world after her harrowing near-death incident. You will not want to miss this. Jacobs held a close relationship with NBA Youngboy at one point, and the two were intimate for some time, resulting in their child. While Jacobs is no longer with the rapper, Youngboy still takes care of her as well as the other mothers to the rest of his children. Though the reason for her visit is still unknown at this time, the fact that the two share a child together grants her the right to be in contact with Youngboy from time to time. When Iyanna made her way to her future husband's house, she was shocked to find him with another woman, and even worse, an ex. NBA Youngboy has always been known as somewhat of a ladies' man. Late last year, after being released from probation, the rapper took to social media to announce he would be welcoming a 5th child with his ex, Kaylin, whom he already shares 1 child with. Youngboy's history of unfaithfulness has kept Iyanna on edge, and after already having attacked 1 girl last year, her latest attack on Jacobs comes as no surprise. After being released from the hospital, Jacobs was hounded with questions from media outlets and fans alike. Remaining silent for days, Jacobs finally took to Instagram to air out her thoughts on the situation and update the world on her current status. She wrote, "No, I'm not okay. I'm really up in the head and I hate to say it. Can y'all just leave me alone?" The message read loud and clear as a cry for help to fans. Jacobs had never been the type that sought out fame or fortune, and since the attack on her life, her world has been turned upside down. "I never wanted this attention or whatever y'all call it. P.S. Y'all won't be seeing me. I'm kinda glad I don't have a phone." With the plea for personal space, many understand where Jacobs was coming from. Though her wounds were not severe, Iyanna was after her life, and things could have ended very differently for the young mother. Since opening up about her terrifying experience, many now wonder what the break in Lepatra's silence could mean for Iyanna Mayweather. In such a horrible situation, the right thing to do would be to testify against her attacker. However, doing so could see YaYa behind bars for an astounding 99 years, thanks to Texas's brutal legal system. With Iyanna Mayweather's life now ironically in the balance, what Lepatra does next could mean the end for YaYa. Iyanna's attack on Jacobs doesn't come as much of a surprise. Since she began dating Youngboy, YaYa has been on a path that has had many of her family members, her father included, worried about her future. Iyanna Mayweather was once an exceeding bright young woman who graduated high school at just the age of 15. With her intelligence and the financial backing of her father, Iyanna was poised to make a name for herself in anything she wanted to achieve. Instead of taking that golden opportunity, she decided to essentially throw her life away in pursuit of a boy who once wrote a diss track dedicated to her. Her fight with Jacobs isn't the first time YaYa has confronted a woman in Youngboy's life. YaYa's relationship with the rapper has always been in constant turmoil, and his reputation as a ladies' man always managed to rear its ugly head. On one occasion, Youngboy was out with the female artist Young Lyric at a movie theater when YaYa struck. As the two were leaving the movies, a young woman in a hoodie, presumably Iyanna, rushed toward Lyric and viciously beat her until security ripped YaYa off her victim. With a record for violence against the other woman in Youngboy's life, it comes as no surprise that Iyanna would try to end Jacobs in the kitchen. Thanks to Iyanna's shaky past, Lepatra now holds the key to slam the door shut on Iyanna for good. Her life now in shambles thanks to the incident. What will Jacobs do when the time to testify against Iyanna comes? In today's world, there are plenty who chase fame and pull off insane stunts simply to build a following. While her generation is addicted to the thought of being famous, Lepatra has never held dreams like that. As she stated in her Instagram post, Lepatra has never sought out attention and places a high priority on her privacy. When she first found out she was pregnant with Youngboy's son, she was hesitant to tell him. She loved the rapper dearly and knew how hard he was working on his career and didn't want to be an extra burden on him. But once she finally convinced herself to tell Youngboy of their child, he supported her and especially his son from the moment he was born. Despite his young age, the mothers to his children all agree that Youngboy is a good father that provides everything he can for his kids. But since his involvement with Iyanna Mayweather, there has been nothing but drama and heartache on all sides. YaYa hopes that she can tame Youngboy and make a loyal man out of him. While she has put up a good fight to show how deep her love runs for him, those who know NBA Youngboy best know that when it comes to pretty women, he will never be able to resist. NBA Youngboy now sits in an interesting position he's never been in before. As a key witness to the whole incident, NBA Youngboy could play a vital role in YaYa's case if he's called to the stand. While their relationship has been rocky from the start, his love for her is undeniable. Yet Youngboy must now choose between the woman he refers to as his wife or one of his baby mamas. The decision may not be easy, but it seems as though so far, Youngboy will be defending Iyanna in court. When Iyanna was first arrested, the police detained Youngboy as well, and he allowed them to conduct a full investigation of his property. Since Youngboy was fresh off of probation, it was crucial for him to allow police to process the scene without incident. While his involvement stirred up some trouble between himself and former collaborator Kodak Black, at the end of the day, Youngboy must make a decision on whether he plans to tell the truth and let Iyanna face the music, or lie in court and risk his own freedom as well as hers. After the beginning of the beef between Youngboy and Kodak over YaYa, Youngboy has declared his extreme love and support for his girlfriend. However, while his words offer strong solace for Iyanna in her greatest time of need, his actions in court will reveal the truth once and for all. Is NBA Youngboy truly in love with Iyanna? Or did she nearly kill Jacobs for someone who has only been using her this whole time? Iyanna Mayweather's relationship with NBA Youngboy has been in question since the day it was announced. While the two have publicly declared their love for each other countless times, there's been an equal amount of denial from Youngboy about being in any sort of relationship. YaYa, however, has maintained that the two are madly in love in spite of the constant flip-flopping from Youngboy. With their couple status constantly in the air, the women in Youngboy's life have been caught in the crossfires yet again. Jacobs, just the latest victim of YaYa and Youngboy's dangerous love, is a former lover of Youngboy's as well. The two dated for some time and share a son together, And while they have both been excellent parents for their son thus far, the traumatic events caused by Youngboy's love life may end up straining their family ties. In the end, it seems as though everyone involved in the situation stands to lose something. Thanks to Iyanna's foolish actions, she could now be in prison for up to 99 years if found guilty. For Jacobs, the longer this case drags out, the more she's subjected to face the attention she's been avoiding her entire life. While we don't know what will become of LaPatra Jacobs after her near-death experience, we can be sure that after this, her life will never be the same, for better or for worse. What do you think will happen now that Jacobs has spoken on the incident? Will she legally pursue YaYa and see to it that she is put behind bars? Or will LaPatra have mercy on Iyanna for the sake of maintaining the privacy she has so desperately requested? Thanks for joining us on Line Report, everyone. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. And before you leave, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and check out the link in the description to enter a chance at winning our Apple product giveaway.